stage win in the Tour de France. 8 kilometers to go here. Thomas de Gent leading the peloton with all the other teams who have riders in that breakaway, trying to stay at the front, trying to anticipate the situation. 8 kilometers, 36 seconds is the last known gap between our 11 leaders and this peloton of 96, because we have one abandoned here, and that is DJ Munyanesa, the Rwandan rider for Team Pro Touch. So he is out of the race. I think he was involved, from my memory, in that crash yesterday as well. So we do hope that he gets better soon. Well, this is a moment, Brian. These are the cars following the breakaway that have just passed them.
Yeah, that was a commissaire car and neutral service car. So we're going to see a reaction now from the front of this group. They've committed now. They don't want to be brought back within sight of the finish. The turning factor was Thomas de Gent doing that big turn there, brings it to roughly just about 30 seconds now. So a difficult one for a team to decide what to do there. But this means that it's going to be a bit more of an interesting final than really can anticipated, because if the teams of Ara and Uno X and John Hopper were not able to do that, where was it going to come from? And this is what I love about cycling. You never know what's going to happen behind, who's going to start riding. And it was a little bit surprise for me that Lotto Soudal has decided to ride.
Well, I am on the edge of my seat for the final of this exciting stage. Passing a gas station of our sponsor here. The official name is the Petronas Le Tour de Langkawi. Well, this is a whole different image, Brian. What are we seeing here?
Well, Uno X have disappeared. It's left to, and they're just behind. The thing is, this is also helping out the other sprinters. I know they've got a rider in the breakaway with Moscon. Has got Saritza behind, who's shown well in this race already, and then you've got Ryan Gibbons here for UE with Milano just behind. They seem to be two of the kind of strongest sprinters, although in a finish as technical as it was yesterday, it can throw up some kind of surprises, and I think this is going to be a little bit more technical as well. But yeah, no one was helping out Thomas de Gent, but as soon as we say that, the Uno X rider had a bit of a break. He's now back at the front of the peloton. So this is going to be a much more of a nail-biting finish than I anticipated.
Well, there is still opportunities for the 11 men at front, and there's still opportunities here. We have, of course, Gleb Saritza. He is in the green jersey, although it's basically the same kind of green / turquoise blue that the team already wears. There's hardly any distinction. We have Sosa in the yellow jersey. The King of the Mountains, which is a red jersey here, is Mod Sharif. We do know that Sanbayar picked up points today, 6 for that King of the Mountains classification. They're now level pegging, but Mod Sharif took a few points on the higher rated climb, so is still wearing that jersey tomorrow. And the best Asian rider in the white jersey is André Seitz, but we do know that Sanbayar picked up enough bonus seconds today to take over that jersey, unless Seitz is taking bonus seconds in this finale, in this sprint. And there goes Moscon.
Yeah, Moscon is definitely going to try. So are some other riders now. They were starting to kind of play around and look around a little bit. Big effort from Lotto Soudal at the front of the peloton. They're not that far behind. I don't think if it wasn't for Lotto Soudal, then these 11 riders would be fighting out the stage when they're just coming around the corner at the top. So it's still around the kind of 20-second mark, but now we're starting to see some cards being played here, definitely by Moscon, who, if he wants to win, has to go alone.
Norsgaard is going to be the MVP here of this group if he pulls that up. You can see in the distance that the peloton is inching closer. Now also Albers in the Koning are committing to this chase. Of course they have Marechko, who was the winner yesterday.
I don't think they're committing to the chase, Jose, but they have to be there. If the group in front does come back, then they have to keep Mareczko in the best place. So it's always a very difficult situation. They got Tamino, they want to give Tamino the opportunity, but they have to look after Mareczko behind, of course. So Tamino was good with Mareczko yesterday in the lead out, but he's in the group in front fighting for the victory. I think they'll be happy with that situation, but if it does come back, then they want to look after Mareczko, and that's what they're doing. But for me now, there was a bit of a concerted effort there from a couple of the Lotto Soudal riders. They seem to have kind of pegged that back a little bit. The riders in front are starting to, fight for this stage win, and I still think that, this tug of war that we've had for the last kind of 50, 60 kilometres, I think is still going to be won by the breakaway.
Well, I'm not so sure, Brian. It can go absolutely both ways. This is one of the time trial specialists, Julius van den Berg. He's from the north of Holland, from a town just north of Amsterdam, Purmerend. And yeah, he's part of the NH Best group, a group around the likes of Nicky Terpstra, Laurens ten Dam, and this man, Julius van den Berg. They go on training rides quite often together, and he's an absolute powerhouse. Joined now by Lionel Taminio. Final 3 kilometers of this exciting stage. Well, Taminio has clearly indicated to the sports director that he feels good, Brian, because look at this.
He's up to cross to Van den Berg, just tapped him, come on, let's go, and they are going. Be interesting to see what's happening behind, because I can't believe for one moment Movistar are going to be happy with this, Cofidis are going to be happy with this, but these two guys are going to be potentially fighting out the victory, and we're getting ever closer to 2 kilometres to go. So I think they are going to be successful. They're not going to start messing around, not now. They've invested too much effort into this, but yeah, if the camera bike could just go in front and show us what's happening behind, that would be a little bit more interesting. But for the moment, Tamino and Van den Berg are in the lead. Don't know how much by, but there isn't a lot of looking behind the shoulder. So I think they must have quite a substantial gap. Just a glimpse round there from Van den Berg. But yeah, it's always difficult because Tamino is probably the quickest in the sprint, but when you come to a finish like this, it's what really you've got left in the legs.
Yeah, because we did 172 kilometers, 46 k average. It's like a Belgian Kermesse race so fast. The pace hasn't dropped for more than a few minutes, if that. We are making our way to Kulim. It's the name giver of the district and of this town as well. And we are, well, not that far from Thailand. Now in the final kilometer with our two leaders, one from Belgium and one from the Netherlands, Lionel Taminio for the Alpecin de Koning team and Julius van den Berg for the EF Education Easy Post team. 500 meters to go. We do have Carter Battles trying to get to the front there. 500 meters to go. Taminio in the blue. We have Van den Berg in the pink, and then the man from Australia trying to bridge across there. They are looking at each other. The final 200 meters. Battles is going to make it across when Julius van den Berg launches his sprint from the front. The tall man from the Netherlands. Is Taminio going to get past him as we don't see the finish line? I don't see the finish line. I am now completely confused, Brian. It says 100 meters.
Yeah, I'm going to put my neck on the line, and I'll say that Tamino wins that one. So Tamino is our victor for Alpecin de Koning from Van den Berg, and we're setting up for the one sprint behind. So this looks like Selig just leading out Janse van Rensburg, but a good third place there for Ara with Carter Battles there. But yeah, just the camera working and the run in towards the finish. Looks like Mareczko taking the one sprint there. So
is trying to bridge across. We have not seen the moment that Julius van den Berg attacked. We do not know what happened, and we do not know who actually crossed the finish line first. Well, here we have the finish line, and you were, of course, spot on. Taminio wins double for Alpecin de Koning after Mareczko.